Hi, I'm Allie Cook of Dentistry Today, and we are here at the ADA annual meeting in Las Vegas. I'm standing here right now with Bob Nordquist, who is the Vice President of Marketing and Sales at CAO Group. Bob, it's a pleasure to meet you.
It's a delight, Allie. Thank you.
Now, I understand that you have introduced a new whitening product that eliminates the need for custom trays and also results in less sensitivity. Can you tell us about it?
It's our new Sheer White product, and it's a fantastic product. It looks like traditional kinds of strips, but it actually, in fact, is a direct replacement for custom trays. Let me show you how easy it is to apply.
You watch. You want me to? I've been wearing mine already since this morning. No problem.
And that's all it takes to apply whitening. I am whitening my teeth now with 20% carbamide peroxide. So it is a direct replacement for custom trays as well as for the old style strip products.
Now, how fast does it whiten compared to custom trays or old style strips?
So our research shows that in wearing it for the same amount of time, we'll get the same speed of whitening, same number of applications as with a custom tray. However, we find patients like wearing this, feel comfortable wearing it, and will wear these longer. So they reach their desired endpoint more quickly than they would with a tray because they can't wait to get that out of their mouth.
Now, why is there less sensitivity?
Now, that's the important question. So on each one of these films is a very small amount of carbamide peroxide. And when you place it onto the teeth like I did, it seals the gel exactly onto the teeth. And there's no movement of gel up into the sulcus. When you see the custom tray, that excess gel comes out of the tray, but some goes up into the sulcus, goes past the CEJ, and if it gets undented with open tubules, the patient starts zinging right away. So we find that both in research and anecdotally, the incidence of sensitivity, both hard and soft tissue sensitivity, is much less than with trays or with strips.
That's great. Now, with certain trays and strips, there can be an unpleasant feeling for the patient. How is the comfort level of this product?
Well, you saw how easy it was for me to apply this. So from the patient's point of view, it goes on easily. I had no gel coming off the film, nothing running down my throat. I'm drinking water because I've been talking all day, and I will drink water when I wear this. If I had coffee, I'd be drinking that because the film seals so tight that I have no washout of gel behind it, and so the film does not come off. And now I'm able to whiten more comfortably. Plus, it tastes nice.
That's great. Now, Sheer White is easier and faster for the office. It's better for the patient. Is there a catch with the price, or?
Well, the only catch is that compared to custom trays, it'll be less expensive for the office. First off, a box that contains a 1-week whitening cycle, which is enough for anybody who's A2 and lighter, is only $14.83. Offices find that that's less expensive than what they're paying for gels right now. Plus, there's no impression to take, no model to pour, no tray to fabricate, and no 1 hour of staff time to do all of that activity. So the office turns their chair faster, spends less on materials, and it has a more profitable product to offer their patients.
That's great. Now, I understand you have another product here to show us, the Precise LTM soft tissue handpiece. What is a soft tissue handpiece?
Well, dentists are very comfortable using high-speed handpieces because they know how that works on reducing and refining the shape of a tooth. A soft tissue handpiece does exactly the same thing with soft tissue. Yeah, this is our Precise. It's a diode laser, but we call it a soft tissue handpiece because it better implies what the product does. A soft tissue handpiece like this is used the same way a high-speed is, very softly with a feather-like touch onto the tissue, and it only cuts when it's touching tissue. So with a soft tissue handpiece, you cut and shape tissue more easily. You stop bleeding when you're using it, and you have a healthier tissue after the procedure's done.
Now, is this easy to use for the clinician?
Well, it's a simple product to set up. The power cord is like connecting your laptop. The controls are intuitive, it's in its use, and the handpiece is like using a high-speed, as we talked about before. So if you know how to use a high-speed handpiece, you are 80% of the way there in using this effectively and efficiently. Most offices who buy a Precise unit begin to use it the same day.
That's great. Now, where is the fiber? Some products have spools of fiber that can come undone.
Well, and that's a good question because most units either have a spool on the top or on the side. And when it's bumped, the fiber comes loose. If it's bumped by a cart, you might be able to break the fiber and then you get the opportunity to buy another set of fiber. We put 20 feet of fiber in a cartridge right here that's easily pulls out and is replaced by the office. No technician required. And you merely extend out the fiber as much as you'd like to have. And then when you're done, you're just going to put it away again, back in its housing, and the handpiece goes on the magnetic holder.
That's great. Now, how does this soft tissue handpiece compare with other tools dentists use?
Traditionally, doctors have used electrosurgery units, they've used scalpels, they've referred out to the periodontist. When you use an electrosurgery unit, you are using high energy heat to cut tissue. It cuts quickly, but it also has greater damage to tissue, slower healing, more scar tissue. When you use a scalpel, you have a mess. You have blood flowing, you have histamines flowing. It's a messy field to operate in. And when you refer to the periodontist, you're referring out that procedure and the expense for it. Every time a dentist places a crown or veneer, there's always an opportunity to tweak the gingival margin. When you have this at your elbow, you can keep that procedure in-house, and it's done easily, quickly, and cleanly.
Okay, that's great. And finally, one last question for you. A lot of companies will make their products overseas. Where is this made?
You know, Ali, we began to make this a decade ago in our factory in Salt Lake, Utah. And so over the last decade, we've made over 9,000 diode lasers. We may be the largest diode laser manufacturer in the country, but we've always done it under the brands of other companies. The Precise is the first diode laser to come out under the CAO brand. And it carries everything we've learned over the last decade about how to make an easier, better, safer to use soft tissue handpiece.
Okay, that's great. Well, Bob, thank you so much.
Allie, thanks for coming today.
And again, you can always visit our website at dentistrytoday.com for more information.